One day, Marcus Aurelius stood before a massive mirror in his private chamber, gazing at his reflection for a long time. He observed his face in every detail, then whispered to himself, "Marcus, you are now an emperor, possessing power and prestige. But what if you lost all of this tomorrow? What if nothing remained of you except yourself? Would you be able to face that? Would you be satisfied with your life?" Marcus knew that life is not measured by titles or outward achievements, but by internal impact, the continuous improvement we achieve for ourselves day by day. At that moment, he realized that the true battle was not against the enemies he had faced on the battlefield, but against the enemies within him: laziness, arrogance, and fear of change. This story, my friend, is the essence of what we will discuss today. Stoic philosophy is not just words written in the pages of history. It is a living call to face life with awareness and courage. A call to push yourself toward improvement, not for the world, but for yourself. Because self-improvement is the only battle worth fighting every single day. Stay with me until the end, because what you will hear here is not just about the Stoic philosophers. It is about you, the daily battles you face, and the path you can take to become the best version of yourself. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "What happens to you is not what matters, but how you choose to respond to it." Let's begin our journey. But before we dive in, if you find this type of content valuable, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Together, we are building a space for reflection and personal growth. Your enemy in the mirror. My friend, let me take you on a journey into your depths. Imagine yourself standing before a massive mirror, one that reflects more than just your outer appearance. It shows your truth, your strengths and weaknesses, your fears and ambitions. What do you see? Do you see someone walking confidently toward their goals? Or do you see someone burdened by excuses, hesitant to face themselves? Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman Stoic emperor, used to say, "No one can harm you as much as you harm yourself." And this is the essence of the matter. We often think that the challenges we face come from the outside, from harsh circumstances or the actions of others. But the Stoic philosophers taught us that the real enemy lives within us. It's that quiet voice that whispers in our ears, "You won't succeed. This is too hard. You're not ready." But the truth is, that voice is nothing but an illusion. An illusion we create ourselves from our fears and weaknesses. Stoics believe that the first step toward real change is confronting this illusion with honesty and courage. When you stand before the mirror and face your flaws, don't run away from them or hide behind excuses. Acknowledge them, just as an artist strives to improve their work. Remember, our problem is not with the outside world. It's not with circumstances, people, or luck. The problem lies in the way we see ourselves. The true Stoic sees every challenge as an opportunity, every failure as a lesson, and every weakness as a possibility for transformation. Imagine yourself as an artist working on a piece of raw marble. This piece is you. Every day, with your decisions and actions, you strike it with your hammer to shape it. Perhaps your first strikes are unskilled, and you make mistakes, but each strike brings you closer to the best version of yourself. The next time you stand before the mirror, don't ask, "Why am I weak?" Instead ask, "What can I do today to be stronger tomorrow?" This is the question that opens the door to improvement. Remember, Stoicism is not just a philosophy to read, it's a way of life. It's a call to face yourself, to stop searching for solutions outside, and to focus on the real battle that is fought within us. Because the outside world cannot defeat you if you are strong and resilient from the inside. The power of small steps. Have you ever thought, my friend, about how a simple change in your day can make a big difference over the long term? The Stoic philosophers teach us that improvement doesn't happen all at once. There is no magical moment where you become better overnight. True improvement is a gradual process, one small step after another. However, these small steps hold more power than you might imagine. Imagine if you decided today to add a simple habit to your day. Something very small that might seem insignificant, like reading one page of a book or walking for just 10 minutes. You might ask yourself, what can one page do? What difference will 10 minutes make? But here lies the secret, my friend. These small things accumulate day by day. This one page becomes an entire book, and these 10 minutes turn into hours of activity and productivity. Stoic philosophy teaches us that greatness doesn't come from extraordinary actions done only once. It comes from small steps we repeat every day. Epictetus says, "If you want to be better, do something small every day. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start, because the perfect moment doesn't exist. The only moment you have is now. What happens here, my friend, is that you begin to see change not only in your results, but in your way of thinking. You begin to feel accomplished from the small things. You become more disciplined, more focused, and more aware of your strength. And the best part of all is that these small steps spark a genuine desire to keep going, because you begin to see that improvement isn't impossible. It's something you create for yourself. Start now, even with something incredibly small. Trust me, when you look back after some time, you'll thank yourself for starting. And with every new step you add, you'll find yourself closer to the person you've always wanted to be. Just keep going, and I'm sure you'll be amazed by the power you possess. Escape from the comfort zone. Have you ever felt that sense of being in a warm, safe place where everything seems familiar and easy? There's no danger threatening you, no challenges overwhelming your mind. This place we call the comfort zone seems incredibly tempting, but in reality, it's more like a soft prison. A restraint you don't feel, yet it keeps you away from every real opportunity for growth and change. Listen to me closely, my friend. Every moment you spend in this zone is a moment you lose a part of your true potential. The Stoic philosophers taught us that true growth begins when we place ourselves in situations where we don't feel safe. I know this may sound scary, but believe me, greatness is not achieved in safety. Think about this example. If early humans were afraid to venture outside their caves, they would never have learned to hunt, discovered fire, or ended up where we are today, talking about progress and achievements. Every step forward requires some risk, some facing of the unknown. I want you to think about your life now. What things are you avoiding? Maybe a new job you're afraid of the responsibilities that come with it, or maybe a relationship you're hesitant to end. The Stoics always said, the more you feel afraid of something, the closer you should get to it, because what you fear often holds the key to your development. And this isn't just philosophical talk. It's a truth you can see in your own life. Remember the last time you faced a small fear? How did you feel afterward? You felt stronger, didn't you? But my friend, I don't mean to tell you to jump into the unknown all at once. It also takes wisdom. Start with small steps, but make them consistent. Set yourself a small daily challenge, something that scares you or something you avoid. Maybe speaking in front of people, maybe a tough conversation, maybe trying something new you're not used to. With every step, you'll discover something amazing. That fear wasn't as real as you thought. You'll begin to feel that the world is bigger than you imagined, and that you are stronger than you believed. Don't let the comfort zone imprison you, my friend. Real life begins at the edge of your fear, and I promise you, once you take that first step, you won't be able to stop. You'll feel something you've never felt before, the true taste of freedom. And now, we reach an important point in the video. If you're still watching at this moment, it means you're a committed person, someone truly striving for improvement and wanting to be a better version of yourself, day by day. I want you to prove this to me. Write in the comments, I face the enemy in the mirror. That will be your promise to yourself that you won't stop here, but you'll take what we've discussed and apply it to your life. Remember, improvement doesn't come from knowledge alone, but from application. Stay with me, because the upcoming points will deepen your understanding and help you achieve the peace of mind the Stoics sought throughout their lives. Let's continue this journey together. The art of failing like a pro. Imagine, my friend, that you're walking on a path full of stones, each obstacle being a small failure. A stone that might make you hesitate or stir feelings of frustration. But if you change your perspective, you'll realize that those stones are nothing but tools helping you build a strong bridge toward your goal. This is how failure is viewed in Stoic philosophy. It's not the end, but an opportunity. An opportunity to learn, an opportunity to understand yourself more deeply. When you fail at something, it means there's a hidden lesson waiting for you. And sometimes, the lessons that come from failure are more valuable than those from easy success. But why are we afraid of failure? Because it makes us feel weak in front of ourselves and others. We think we need to hide our mistakes, and that failure is a shame. But the Stoics teach us that this thinking is the real mistake. Failure is part of human nature. Every time you fall, you have the chance to rise stronger. Rising up is what makes the difference between the ordinary person and the extraordinary one. When you fail, don't ask, why did this happen to me? Instead ask, what can I learn from this? How can I come back better? The Stoic sees that every experience, no matter how bitter, can be a new starting point. Failure teaches you humility. It makes you realize that you're not perfect, and that's okay. Because admitting imperfection is the first step toward improvement. When you fail, you learn how to accept yourself with all your weaknesses, and you work on improving yourself with patience and determination. And when you accept failure as part of your journey, you start to rid yourself of fear. You become braver in trying new things because you know that failure is not the end. It's part of the game. If you avoid failure, you're avoiding life itself. Marcus Aurelius also said, "Everything that happens to you is what you needed." Think about this. Perhaps every failure you faced was a hidden force that made you see things differently, reshaped your way of thinking, or pushed you to adopt a new habit, or even taught you patience. So my friend, the next time you face failure, don't shy away from the pain. Live the experience, feel it, then look at what's beyond it. Ask yourself, what can I do now to come back stronger? Because failure is your greatest teacher, and it will set you on the right path if you listen to it and understand its messages. The habits that make you. Life is nothing but a reflection of what we repeat every day. If you think about it honestly, you'll realize that your daily actions define who you are far more than your big dreams. You're not those grand goals you write in your notebook. You're the small habits you practice unconsciously, the ones that seem insignificant but make all the difference over time. Let's be honest, improvement isn't magic. It's the result of cumulative daily practices. Let's say you want to become a more disciplined person. You could set a big goal like reading 50 books a year, or you could start with a small habit, reading just 1 page a day. 1 page may seem insignificant, right? But it's the start, because it's not just about the number of words you read, but the message you're sending to your mind. I am someone who reads. The Stoics strongly believe that small habits are what make the big difference. Epictetus simply said, "Don't wait for circumstances to control you. You control them." This means you need to take control of the small details of your day, because they shape your future. This may seem so simple it's hard to believe, but here's the secret. Simplicity is what makes habits powerful and effective. You don't need a complicated plan to become a different person. All you need is one small step, but one that is consistent. Imagine you spend 5 minutes every morning writing down your thoughts. Just 5 minutes. After a month, you'll find yourself more aware of your feelings. Or if you dedicated 10 minutes a day to simple meditation, you'd notice that you've become calmer and less stressed. Do you see the idea now? Small habits are what build the life you deserve. So, don't fall into the trap of waiting for the perfect moment because it will never come. Instead, start now. Start with a step that doesn't feel heavy, but commit to repeating it because repetition is what turns a habit into a lifestyle. And lifestyle is what makes you the person you've always wanted to be. The noise inside your mind. Inside your mind, my friend, there's a never-ending battle. Voices clashing, thoughts intertwining, and stories spinning non-stop. You may be sitting here now with your body, but your mind might be wandering to the past, revisiting mistakes and regrets, or racing into the future, creating the worst possible scenarios. Isn't that exhausting? The Stoics say that the greatest power a person can possess is control over their mind. Imagine you're in the middle of a raging sea, waves crashing against you from all sides, a storm tearing through you. But there's a small island in the middle of this chaos, a calm, steady island. This island is your mind, once you learn how to control it. But controlling the mind isn't just a nice idea or philosophical advice. It's a daily practice, a consistent exercise. When you find yourself overwhelmed with anxiety or distracted by your thoughts, stop for a moment and ask yourself, are these thoughts helping me? Will worrying right now change anything? The Stoics believe in a simple yet powerful principle. Focus only on what you can control and let go of what you cannot change. I know this isn't easy. As humans, we tend to dive into our thoughts unconsciously, allowing them to pull us in any direction. But the true Stoic understands that this noise is an illusion, just static that prevents us from seeing things clearly. That's why it's essential to give yourself moments of quiet every day. It could be through meditation, writing, or simply sitting in a quiet room. The important thing isn't how you do it, but that you give your mind a chance to clear, as if you're wiping a dusty window that's been covered for years. And believe me, my friend, when you start quieting this noise, you'll feel something different. You'll realize that you have more control over your day, your emotions, and even your decisions. You'll become stronger, not because you're fighting the world, but because you finally won the real battle, the internal one. So I ask you for something simple right now. Stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and look at your thoughts as if you're observing them from a distance, without getting caught up in them. Just observe them, nothing more. This is the first step in controlling the noise. Do you feel it? You're one step closer to becoming the Stoic within you. Comparison, the silent thief of happiness. Pause for a moment, my friend, and be honest with yourself. How many times have you felt like you weren't enough? How often have you seen someone achieve something great, or scrolled through pictures of a seemingly perfect life on social media, only to feel like your own life was somehow lacking? This is a dangerous game. Comparison is like a skilled thief silently stealing the most valuable thing you have, your inner peace. The Stoics believed in something simple yet profound. You cannot judge someone else's life because you only see what they choose to show you. What you witness is just a carefully selected snapshot, a polished surface that might be hiding struggles you can't even imagine. When you compare yourself to others, you are, in reality, comparing your raw, unfiltered reality to their edited and curated version. That is unfair to yourself. You are unique, with your own circumstances, your own journey, and your own dreams. What works for someone else may not work for you, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you're less valuable or less successful. A true Stoic understands that every person is fighting their own silent battles, and that true progress is not measured by where you stand compared to others, but by how much you've improved compared to who you were yesterday. So, what if you changed your perspective? What if you redirected all your energy inward, toward improving your skills, toward discovering what truly makes you happy? It doesn't matter how slow your progress is, as long as you're moving in the right direction. If you seek happiness, let it come from within. Don't tie it to someone else's achievements, and don't let others define your worth. Stop looking outward and start looking inward. And trust me, when you make this shift, you'll feel as if you've broken free from invisible chains that have been holding you back your entire life. Surround yourself with the best. Imagine spending your days surrounded by people who think just like you, or worse, by people who see you as good enough and believe you don't need to grow or improve. What do you think will happen? Simply put, you'll stay exactly as you are, with no real push to evolve. My friend, we live in a world where we are influenced by those around us far more than we realize. Think about it. If you spend every day with people who see life as nothing but a series of obstacles, who constantly complain without trying to improve, you will, without even noticing, start adopting their negative outlook. You'll feel like every effort to grow is pointless because you've become a reflection of the environment surrounding you. But the Stoics teach us a powerful lesson. You are a reflection of the company you keep. If you want to grow, if you want to become a stronger and more aware version of yourself, you must surround yourself with people who are better than you. Seek out those who have a clear vision for life, those who inspire you, challenge you, and raise your ambitions rather than drag you down. This isn't a competition with others, it's a journey toward your best self. And on this journey, you need people who fuel your progress, not obstacles that hold you back. Have you ever noticed how just being around a certain person can shift your mindset? Maybe they inspire a new idea in you, spark unexpected motivation, or help you see possibilities you never considered before. These are the people you need in your life. They don't have to be perfect, no one is. But having just one person who believes in you more than you believe in yourself can make an enormous difference. It could be a friend who holds you accountable, a mentor who challenges you, or even someone whose mere presence makes you aim higher. These are the people who will shape your future. As Epictetus wisely said, true friendship can only exist between noble souls. Choose your friends wisely, because they are not just part of your life, they are part of your future.